Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hey, Daydream. Check out all this this is all this logic work I was doing while I was at work. I wanted to show you some. Oh, yeah, let me get the. All right, +1 Stranger's Wrath, +3 to Umineko. Oh wait, is that? Yeah, +3, right? Anarchy Reigns. What is that? So I'm thinking from now on, maybe I'll just end up uploading VODs to YouTube. I think there might be an easy way to do that, actually. Let me see. Show me my content. So all the unpublished stuff, maybe I can just. If you ever get a strike, do you want to move to Picarto? Oh man, Picarto. It feels a little worse, Picarto, honestly. I mean, I'm so used to this platform, I don't know. This is the sound of a small blonde girl erasing my memory. What is this from? Is this like... This looks like Kingdom Hearts, almost. Exactly. Well, Picarto's kind of like an artist community. It's like an artist streaming community. It's like... It's a little less regulated. And no ads. But the... I don't know. I don't know if I get quite as good streams from Picarto. they don't have necessarily very good integrations with other things like Twitch does. Rechain of memories? Oh, interesting. Alright, so while I load up paint, let me see if I can explain this. So what's interesting is what I did notice while I was rewording all these red truths in terms of like logic simplification language. So like, so this arrow basically means then. This up arrow means and equal 1 means true, and the inverse of that is equal 0, which is false. Oh, you like to meet the last run? Oh, yes, the conclusion. Yes, we will. I will look at that, but I wanted to explain this a little bit. So here is something. It's a few things I've noticed, details within the red truths that were left out. They keep on mentioning the 6. They never say in red who specifically are the victims. So it could be that, well, I haven't gone through all of them yet, but it could be so far that some of the victims may not be who they appear to be. Ah, ×2. +2 for Stranger's Wrath, I see that. I'm a +2 that. And they say living or dead entered and through the door. Ah, a +1 for Umineko, you got that. So this could have meant that, no. I think there was another red truth later on that said that they died in the chapel. Oh, this upside down V means or. So the right side up capital V is or, and the upside down V is and. The six people were all are desperate homicides. All 6 were genuine victims and did not take part in a mutual murder. There was a lot of interesting red truth trickiness I noticed with the chapel lock. Impossible to unlock the lock to the chapel with anything but the chapel's key. So, the door to the chapel is the only entry and exit. And the 6 entered through this front door of the chapel. And what we did know that the key was in the envelope pretty much the whole time. Rosa took the envelope, which had the chapel key, and blah blah blah. So here's what I was. Oh, Mysteries of the Sith requests. All right, I'll put a +1 to that. Oh wait, here we go. +1. Good old Mysteries of the Sith. I would have talked to you more on Discord. No problem. So here's my theory on that. The chapel doors could have been left open and held in place with a rock, and then before the chapel key was given to Maria. And also, do note that the chapel door isn't necessarily an auto lock. The only way to lock the chapel door is with a key, I believe. And it was never stated in red that the chapel door was locked. So what could have happened is whoever got to the door first or whatever, whichever person got to the door pretended that it was locked. And then made a huge fuss about it. I did not check the text archive. No. So that's probably the biggest thing, is like it was never stated in red that the door was actually locked. But there was all this hype about like the only way to lock this door is with the chapel key. The only way to get through this door is with the chapel key. The only way to get through this locked door is through when the door to the chapel is locked, it prevents all of the methods of entry or exit. So that was like one of my first like aha moments. Here's another one I thought was really interesting. Oh, why did this pause? In red, Cannon was killed in this room. Cannon killed in this room equals true. That's what this language means. Zero hidden doors. Wait, where did it start? Alright, here. Master keys, one each for each servant. This door. Wait. Lock in this door. Oh, okay. If this door was locked, it was locked by either Jessica's key, or with the master key. For every servant, K through N equals true. And here's another thing. The window, I think, is a little bit of it was a red herring. It's kind of a way to throw you off. Because she said earlier in red, the door is the only way in or out. This door is the only way in or out. And she did not stumble when she said this in red. So this door is definitively the only exit and entrance here. And the window is kind of like... It's kind of like a red herring. Because later on they say, there's no way to get in or out other than the door and the windows. So what I take this sentence also to mean is like, there's no the only way to get in or out is through the door or the windows. But it doesn't necessarily mean that see, the tricky thing about logical statements, like logic statements, is like when you have an or statement, that can mean either A is true or B is true, and also A and B to be true. So it could technically mean that the door is confirmed to be the truth. So the door is confirmed to be the truth, but the windows are. I mean, I think it was clearly stated here. The door is the only way in or out. So this or statement with the windows means, I mean, the windows is not an exit or entrance. For Jessica's room, at least. But here's an interesting thing. Later on, here's this red sentence really was interesting. Deciphering this. When Jessica's corpse was discovered. Now, that first statement it made me think like, rewriting this is a little bit strange. Jessica's corpse could also mean Jessica created that corpse as well. Like, when you're using English language, there is some variability to how you use words. Like, it could mean that is actually like Jessica's dead body on the floor, or it could be the corpse that Jessica created herself as the killer. And then, which is really interesting because then she stated this in red. Only Badler, George, Maria, Rosa, Genji, Goda, Shannon, Kumasawa, and Nanjo were in Jessica's room. And she did not stumble in that red. But then she made it appear like she stumbled by going whoops. And then saying Jessica is also included. So I think this was pretty significant here. I think it's pretty big to like contradict, like, because it does seem like it would. This is a red that contradicts that red. When she says whoops, like that to me feels like a misdirection. Because, like, here's what I was thinking. In the beginning of when this is episode 2 or 3? I think it's episode 2, right? In the very... Was it episode 2 or 3? Yeah, I think it's episode 2. Why does that seem to contradict it? Because she used only. She used the word only. Badler, George, Maria, Rosa, Genji, Goda, Sound. Nanjo were in Jessica's room, and then left out Jessica's name here. And then stated later on, oops, Jessica is also included. So here's what I was thinking. Because when Kanon sees Jessica, live on stage, I was thinking like maybe this is like some kind of foreshadowing for why Jessica would be motivated to carry out murders, and how she might go about it. So like he looks at her on stage. This is like a theory processing in my head. So while he like looks at her on stage, he's like, "Oh wow, it's like she's a completely different person. Like the way she's dressed is like all different kind of crazy costume. Like you make you think like this whole other person of Jessica. Jessica maybe is good at disguising herself somehow." So so Jessica could have disguised Kanon as herself, put a wig on Kanon, and just put him flat face down. So people think that Jessica was murdered, but it's actually Kanon. Repeat that one more time. So you know how Jessica's corpse was facing flat down on, face first on the floor? It's like a way so Jessica could hide the boobs, away from people examining the body, I guess. I don't know. It's crazy. And then disguise the body as herself. So people would just like look at the body and be like, "Oh my God, Jessica died." While Jessica could still freely roam around, maybe disguised as Kanon. And that could potentially explain Kanon. Well, not necessarily. Yeah, I believe it's Kanon, because none of the servants I think mistook that undead version of Kanon to be Kanon. I think they described it as something else. They never specifically stated it was Kanon, because I remember there was a Red Truth that said no one would mistake Kanon as for someone else. Yes, it's forbidden to disguise themselves with for a character disguise themselves with as another without any clues. But the clue was, I believe, to be that Kanon going to that concert, Jessica's concert, and seeing Kanon, and seeing Jessica as like a whole new person dressed in completely different attire, outfit, and thinking, "Oh my God, it's like a brand new person. She's so good at like becoming like a whole new different kind of person. She's really amazing." That kind of thing. Right. And Jessica, I could see Jessica's prime motivation would be like trying to escape, you know, like being very resentful for the whole family of making her, basically trapping her on this island, um, away from, her passions of like music and whatnot. And maybe she got into like some kind of, I don't know, fight with her mother that told her like you never play music again or some shit like that, and do that kind of stuff. Maybe Cannon even ratted her out or something, and then she murders Cannon and then disguises herself and then goes on a murder spree. Maybe that is the what happens in episode 2. That's what I was. That's this like one of my working theories right now for what happened in that room. Knox goes against that. You're not sure if that's enough to fulfill Knox's 10th? Maybe. Maybe I'm missing something else. But I thought like those particular reds were very interesting in context to what I remembered. Is like I remember specifically Jessica's corpse was facing face down. And like thinking like, oh, face down. You could hide her face and her boobs. So if she was really good, if Jessica if if that was actually Cannon's corpse, like that would be a really good fucking 360 pull right there. So in some way I feel like that would be almost too good not to set up as that, because stated in red, Cannon was killed here. Like what if that corpse was Cannon's all along? Like that would be so fucking gold. Keep going with your theories. I'll have to go more in depth into the archive to figure out if there are any concrete holes with the logic. Let's see. Um, uh, let's see. What else did I learn? Candy, Cannon, Shannon, Goda. Is it confirmed that those 5 are the actual servants? I started thinking of crazy theories for like, what if it was never stated in red that those were the actual servants? What if Kraus like married a servant or something? What if Natsuhi was a servant instead of like Kumasawa or something like that? uh so this was another interesting thing. It said the 6 died instantly. So Kinzo died instantly. What does that mean? I thought it appeared like he died of natural cause, not natural causes. But that would be extremely interesting, I think, because that would mean maybe Kinzo's death was more. Oh, she defined what she meant by instantly? Oh. What could that be? Mox, it's forbidden for the case to be resolved with clues that are not presented. Right. And I wonder the reason why Natsuhi bosses all the servants around is because she was actually a servant herself. I don't know. If there was like some kind of other clue maybe to that, maybe there would be something. Something something crazy for that. Um Only the victims are inside the rooms. So Maria died. Okay. Rose and Maria's deaths were homicides. Okay, that's as far as I got up to in terms of going through all the red. My working theories for the third one is still George and Ava kind of working together to kill the whole family for some reason. Thank you. Well, it might still have taken the several seconds or minutes to die in the complete sense of the word, but regardless, it was completely impossible for them to take any actions of their own will. In that sense, I can confirm that they suffered instant deaths. Right. Several seconds or minutes. Okay, interesting. All right.
Duelists are.
Sorry.
I'm not here for them. I'm here for you, Yugi. As soon as I heard that the world's strongest duelists were gathering in Orlando, Florida, I hopped onto my jet and came straight here.
You're here for me, but why?
I was looking up OCD and
Because
perfectionism.
we're going to duel, Yugi. You've defeated me before, and I want a rematch. By winning here and now, I will prove to everyone that I am the superior duelist. Thank you.
You want to duel me?
Yeah, that's right. I've adjusted my deck and my strategies to take you down. This time, I won't be defeated. Duel me now, Yugi, or admit you're a coward.
Well, Kaiba, if you want to duel, you've got to duel.
Kaiba?
Be careful what you wish for, Kaiba.
Oh, I love Dan Creed's voice.
I won't be defeated easily.
I'm counting on it.
It's time to duel.
This is really fun. Okay, like do a few more songs and then we'll check out this last Ronin. We'll check out the last Ronin. Can I send you this version of the PDF as well on Discord? Sure. I'm still not finished with it though. I'll probably do some more at work tomorrow. Let me get back to drawing requests. Battle! I do have leftover quests. I know. I was looking through them. I was looking at them in order. Beto, Kick, Erica and her boyfriend. 10 min, 5-second color sketch of JoJo days. Increased chance, increased chance, increased chance, increased chance. Another 10 minutes. Increased chance. Increased chance. I think that's it. Yep. So we got a little bit more to draw. Da 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 da. All right, here we go. Ben and Erica Shapiro. There we go. By the way, anything else you want me to add to Discord? Add a few new channels recently. Wow, it's just like it's a really comprehensive Discord. There is really a lot here.
Eventually, they'll come to pick up the pieces my dearly departed Uncle Julian left behind. And when
I like how you posted the Gundam timeline too.
Surprise waiting for them.
We beat Robotnik. It was over. We won.
The Hedgehog. Oh yeah, the Ultraman manga. With the really good art. Yeah, there's a lot of like versus manga. I suppose it would just be posted in the Ultraman discussion. Okay. All right, let's get back. See Miyachi. This is true power. This is how you slice a cheese. All right. Let's do a couple or one more song after this, and then we'll do the TMNT one. All right. 6 minute. You know, it's weird. Actually, this guy, he reminds me of a conservative version of my younger brother, who's like, my younger brother is also like a huge fucking, claims to be a huge fucking know-it-all as well. And like, we'll talk really fast to you know, whenever he's spitting out his Google knowledge.
Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop, stop.
Oh my. Pandemic. 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 Oh, hey, Coco. Pandemic. Pandemic.
Buzz Lightyear mission log, stardate 3901. After a full year of being marooned, our first hyperspeed test flight is a go.
Who are you talking to?
No one.
You were narrating again.
I was not. Just doing the mission log.
You do know no one ever listens to those.
I know that. Narrating helps me focus.
Ready, Captain Lightyear?
Ready as I'll ever be, Commander Hawthorne. This is exciting. A new adventure.
I'm gonna grant you 4 minutes to be off planet, but then you come right back to us.
That makes so
To
much
infinity.
sense.
And beyond.
You are clear for hyperlaunch. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop.
What's that catchphrase Erica
Buzz, that was utterly
Erica
terrifying, and I regret having
does sometimes, where it's like
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command. Why don't they answer?
only this can only be solved by such as me or something like that.
Alicia?
Oh no, that's my grandmother.
But, Socks, how long were we gone?
Meow, 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 meow. 62 years, 7 months, and 5
Yes. Brilliant.
I hope you're ready for action, because all we needed was a pilot
For what?
to destroy the alien ship. I have a plan and I have a team.
Jarvie can take any 3 things and make
Oh
them
my
explode.
god.
I do this, and they shave a little time off my
Oh my
sentence.
god.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Well, I thought this was going to be like a fun boot camp workout thing, but it is not.
No, not my gray little cells. It's like only such as when you know, you have a detective setting, only such as I can solve such a thing.
Seems a bit low.
Oh,
Failure imminent. In 3,
Grandma always said she believed in you.
2,
there we go. That's the one.
1.
Thank you.
Really do. I think I need a bag.
Please record your last words.
Do not vomit inside the vehicle.
Your
Do
thoughts,
not vomit inside the
your
vehicle.
thoughts,
If you're
ladies and gentlemen.
satisfied with this recording, speak or select 1.
To infinity.
Are you trying to get me to pull your finger?
Don't fall for it.
No, not like that. Sorry, it's a thing your grandma and I used to do.
Yeah.
Okay, now that those liberals are efficiently owned, I do want to leave with one last point. The greatest American value is vor. It's also a Jewish value. It's in the Torah. It's mentioned multiple times. Trust me. And we practice it every night in my home. My wife's a doctor. She vors me every night, and I vor her. How do we do that? She's a doctor.
Oh my
she has
God.
godlike abilities that you just can't comprehend. And it's worth noting that Joe Biden actually texted me last night saying that he's going to remove vor from America. And I was like, this is absolutely disgusting. This is anti-Semitic. It's just makes me absolutely sick. They will remove the most beautiful thing we've ever had, which is vor. Not even up for debate. It's the best thing we've ever had, and I just wanted to leave giving that a shout out, and just so that America's just remembers the true values of voring your neighbors. Yes. Any questions? Yes, you in the front. Hello, I'm a Jewish rabbi from Israel. I've pretty much studied and even interacted with people from every denomination of Judaism. I've never heard of this vor thing. Shut up.
I want mommy, I want milk, I want to be held.
I hope it doesn't show, it'll go away. It's just a passing phase, it'll go away. You can't dress nautical, learn to tie knots. Take lots of Dramamine out on your yacht. But when you're all alone and nothing bites, you'd wish you'd stayed at home with someone nice. But when you think you made it disappear, it comes again.
Turtle Kai. Yes, thank you.
You can be smart as hell, know how to act, know how to figure things
Oh wait, no.
on yellow
Erica and her.
answer, so no one knows what you just said. But when you're all alone, you and your head, what's the computer say? It's smaller now. It says, hey Joe, it's spelled it
Okay.
out, and you've got angst in your hands.
Got angst in my pants.
You've got
can't see my tabs. $60 murder. Oh.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. I hope you guys are freaking ready for today. We are finally getting the last issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. This will be issue number 5. If you have been living under a rock for the last 2 years, I highly recommend that you go check out the link in my description. I have a playlist set up that is going to get you caught up on everything going on with the series. This heart-wrenching, emotion-packed comic has taken us on a huge roller coaster. After countless delays, we are finally getting to the epic conclusion. Michelangelo being the last surviving turtle, he has returned to his city, and now he is ready to enact his revenge, to give honor to his family, to his brothers and father who have fallen in this battle. It is time to take down the Foot Clan once and for all. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, this is issue number 5. Baxter Stockman has been defeated. His robotic army that had been controlling everything, they are offline, living under a tyrannical rule of the Foot Clan. This city, the people, and the rebellion, they have an opportunity to fight back. Our story starts us off with Michelangelo, sitting in his room, staring at his father's diary. The spirit of his brothers are asking him what he is doing. What is the plan and what do we do next? These are all just manifestations of Mikey's mind. After years of solitude, all of the grief that he has been dealing with...
Oh, wait. I don't even know if I saw issue 4 yet. I'm sorry. I don't think I saw it. I don't remember seeing the defeat of all the bots of Dr. Stockman's bots. Okay. Well, if you this was probably the last one I saw. No, wait, what? Okay, all right, whatever. Let's keep going.
Throughout this entire time, this was his coping mechanism. These are also voices that he doesn't want to hear anymore. The truth of the matter is he has heard these voices for so long, constantly telling him that he is not good enough, constantly letting him know that he needs to honor this family. And with him sitting down in this room, not taking this opportunity to make their attack, the truth is, Mikey knows exactly what he needs to do. He is building up the courage to do what needs to be done, to end this war and bring it all to a close. To find Oroku, the grandson of Shredder, and make him answer for everything he has done to this family, telling the voices in his head that they need to stop. He has repeated himself so many times, and now he is really ready to let it all go. The ghosts of the past have been haunting him for such a very long time. With the end drawing near, he lets these ghosts know that they need to leave and never come back. As Mikey gears up, he writes one last thing down in the diary, and then he heads out. Meanwhile, up on street level, everything has broken out into pure chaos. The revolution has begun. As Casey Marie observes everybody's actions, they were really hoping that more people would pick up arms and join the fight. But what civilians are doing is looting. They are stealing, they're taking, they're destroying everything. As this mob mentality continues to spread through the streets, they try to enlist anybody and everybody that is willing to take up arms. If they didn't have enough problems, the power outage that took over the whole city, it is causing flooding all in the sewers, which means the lair is in jeopardy. Casey Marie going to check on both April and Mikey. We are taken to Oroku, the grandson of Shredder. This guy is an absolute sociopath, believing himself to be a god. All of his men are failing around him, and he can no longer get in contact with Stockman. This is the weakest that the Foot Clan has been in a very long time, no longer having all of the robotics to defend this tower. Oroku knows exactly what is coming for him. Down in the sewer systems, we have Casey Marie going and looking for her mother. Of course, April is down here and she is working on trying to fix this issue, to prevent the flooding from taking out everything. And this is when Casey asks the question on where is her sensei? Where is Michelangelo? Unbeknown to her, Mikey decided to leave without saying a word, not even saying anything to April. She only recognized realized he was gone after she went to get some help trying to figure out this whole flooding issue. And Casey Marie, in her anger, we see her punch right through this rock wall. Because you have to remember,
damn.
April and Casey, when they conceived their child, they had been around the turtles for so long. This mutagen had affected her pregnancy. It made Casey Marie a very strong, a very powerful individual, much like the turtles themselves. And this is the first time that they're having a real conversation about it. This is something that April never wanted to bring up. She wanted to say it years ago, but she didn't want to say it at all. In her anger and rage at her mother, she lets her know that she is going to go find Mikey and help him bring this war to an end. That he is out there right now fighting for all of our families, and we need to be there for him because he is our family. Little does she know that he has already made his way to the tower. He has set explosives, and he is working his way all the way to the top. These explosions, they may take away the element of surprise, but the truth of the matter, all of these Foot Clan soldiers, they are nothing more than flesh and bone. And after years of having stockmen really be the police, the enforcers, the Foot Clan soldiers have gotten lazy, they have gotten fat, and they are out of shape, which means when Michelangelo comes through, he leaves nothing but bodies in his wake. As Mikey gets close to the top of this tower, this is where he is met by a giant knight, defending the door, not allowing him in. We see Mikey go in, and he makes quick work of this dude, taking some heavy hits in the process. These are things to just slow him down, to weaken him up for the fight that is yet to come. As he defeats this titan, he makes his way into the next room, only to find some robotics that are not connected to stockmen. These are a last line of defense, using an EMP to knock out all of these robotic crows. We see some old school robotics come into play. Mikey picking up the knight's sword, he takes it and drives it into the heart of this robotic gargoyle. As Michelangelo screams for him to come out, this is where we see Oroku coming out of the shadows. He is fully armored up and he is ready to go. Michelangelo swearing to him that this will be the night that he dies. Oroku punching through the capsule that is holding his mother, saying that he only kept her alive out of spite, to see what he would amount to. The room begins to catch fire, and we see the epic battle begin. As the two juggernauts are throwing punches at one another, Mikey quickly recognizes that his suit is something different. It's almost like liquid metal, believing that it's got to be some kind of nanocarbonite, trying to use Oroko's own emotions against him, using his anger and rage to make him slip up. In the middle of their fight, there is a giant explosion from the tower. The two of them, they go flying out of the window, and even as they fall, Oroku is trying to do some kind of damage to him. As Mikey attempts to stay calm in this whole situation, they both fall from a great distance and they land on a giant water reserve. As the two of them get back to their feet, Michelangelo is looking for any kind of weakness, believing that this armor has to have a soft spot, recognizing that that fall it had done a little bit of damage, but this suit is self-repairing, so any puncture that is made is quickly sealed up. As Casey Marie is trying to make her way to Mikey, she quickly recognizes that she's not going to be able to do that, that the people, the civilians, this rebellion, they need her more than he does. This flooding is about to break through. April is still down there in the sewers trying to stop this, and so Michelangelo is on his own. There will be no backup, with Mikey doing everything he can to stay on his feet at this point, because that fall did a lot more damage than he believed. He is working at half speed right now, and he is just trying to counter everything that is being thrown at him. This is when he starts to have a little bit of doubt. He knows that he has to find that weak spot. He has to find any opportunity, because if they keep going like this, he is going to be dead in a matter of minutes. Using a small charge, he is able to break through this armor, just temporarily, so he can get a Psy into it. A little gift from Raphael. In the midst of this battle, this is where we see another explosion. The tower that reigned over this whole city, the Foot Clan's headquarters, it goes up in smokes. With a giant explosion, Oroku looks away just for a moment, and this gave Mikey the opportunity he needed, knocking him straight off this building. We bring it down to street level, driving a sword directly through his stomach, courtesy of Leonardo. Oroku's armor is busted, he looks defeated, even telling Michelangelo that he has won. Mikey going over and picking up a sewer grate, letting him know that there is no winning today. There is only the end. As Mikey goes to smash in his head, we see Oroku get up and he slices Mikey right across the stomach. As Oroku pulls out Leonardo's sword from his stomach, we see the armor, it quickly heals over this. Not only is it self-repairing, but it appears that it is also healing his wound, breaking Donnie's staff right over his head. This is where we bring it to home field. We go down into the sewers. Mikey just needs one opportunity to catch his breath, to patch up the wound on his stomach and make his attack. While this fight is transpiring, we have both April and Casey who are underwater. The entire system is about to collapse down on top of them. This water filling up this entire place. It needs to be let free or everyone is going to suffer. As Casey Marie is running out of air, April is able to open up this gate. All of the water is let out, and this water runs directly into Oroku and Michelangelo. It comes through the sewer system and it washes them out onto the outside. At this point, Mikey can barely stand up. His guts are leaking out. His head is just wrecked. He knows that he is not going to survive this. He knew from the very beginning this was a one-way ticket. This may be the place that he dies today, but the Foot Clan, Oroku, the heir of Shredder, he is taking him with him, letting him know that this will be his burial ground, right outside the city that he helped destroy. With a giant electrical surge coming out of the body of Oroku, a ginormous explosion, and then Oroku's body lays limp, and this is where Michelangelo, he falls to the ground. Losing a tremendous amount of blood, we have the arrival of Casey Marie, saying that this is not fair, that he cannot leave her. He is her sensei, and he has so much left to teach. Apologizing, but saying that this was his duty, this was his destiny for his family. And while you you and your mother, they may be family as well. He hands over Splinter's journal, and he tells her that this will teach her everything that she needs to know. But there is one very important lesson, the very last one, and that is to know peace. As Michelangelo takes his last breath, that is the death of the last Ronin. And we see Mikey wake up just like he did in the beginning, in the very first issue, with his brothers surrounding him, ready to go conquer the day. They head out into the sunset, and with them is Splinter and Casey. This was no dream. This is his heaven. This is his reward. Living long enough to avenge his family, he now gets to bask in eternity with his brothers, his father, and that all good delicious pizza. And while this may close the book on our four brothers, there is still Casey Marie. Picking us up sometime later, she has been training away, wishing every day that Michelangelo was right here with her. But she's going to keep training. She is going to keep learning. As she heads over to her mother, going to the laboratory, they have been working on something new, having a little bit of the ooze, trying to understand this mutagen. Inside of a clear, observable bubble, we have 4 baby turtles, and Casey Marie cannot wait to teach them the world. And that will be the end of this series. So let me know what you guys think. That ending was absolutely phenomenal. Now it does say to be continued, and that very much excites me, because I was hoping we were gonna get some kind of continuation. We can only assume with how huge of a hit this comic has been, we're gonna be getting some in-between stories later on, because while 5 issues has been absolutely amazing, I feel like there is so much more here to tell. Like I said in the beginning, this has been a huge roller coaster of emotions, from wanting to cry at how much emotion they really put into this, how much you can feel Michelangelo's suffering, the grief, the guilt that he has been building up for so many years. That survivor's guilt has really and truly ate at his very soul. One of my favorite parts of this entire series has been Casey Marie, paying great homage to her father. I love the twist of the mutagen really having effect on both April and Casey, especially during April's pregnancy. It's a very logical way to go with things. I also like that they pointed out that these turtles, they get stronger as they got older. If they do not make this into a TV show, if they don't make this into a movie, I have no faith left in humanity, because this, more than anything else, this deserves it. It is bloody, it is brutal, it is emotional, it is loving, it is caring, it is everything that you need and want in a comic. My only complaint is that it has taken us almost 2 years to get 5 issues out. Multiple delays from issue to issue caused so many problems. But it also gave me an excuse to go back every single time a new issue came out and read the old ones, just to refresh my memory, get a quick recap on everything that has happened. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the super thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.
Next breakdown. Well, cool. I guess that ending didn't really surprise me that much, but you know, it was a cool idea for a comic. It was kind of sad, Mikey's tragic end. That's Charles. It's like turtles just want to be mutagenically transformed and turn into ninjas all the time.
Doesn't show, it'll go away. It's just a passing phase, it'll go away. I hope it doesn't show, it'll go away. Give it 100 years, it won't go away. I've got aches in my hands.
Was Oroku's grandson the Foot Clan Knight? Oroku's grandson was the final dude, right? It was the one that with the nanotechnology shredder armor, right? that night, it seemed like it was a random. Who was the one fighting Mikey at the end? Okay. Coco, we've got a little bit of a problem. I don't know if I can draw with you on my leg. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, motherfucker. Not this shit again. I think Coco wants me to go to bed soon. Oh shit. Am I really... Is it really that late? Only been an hour streaming. It's like already 12. What was I doing? Interesting. Why? This. I could make less emphasis on the heat. I'm just like playing around with like. You like the heat like that with the black and white? There's a lot of ideas to play around with here. This is a little bit strong. I could probably tone this down a bit. I could probably tone this down. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a copy of this layer. I'm gonna mess around with this. Yeah. Yeah, with Molotov for sure. Yeah, I bet you could animate it like as a maybe a two-parter kind of thing.
Heroes give us something to aspire to look up to, and sometimes villains allow us to see darker parts of ourselves in a new light, allowing us
Amanda
to accept and
Knight.
acknowledge these parts of ourselves that most need our attention. After all, nobody's perfect. Welcome back, Nerd Squad. This is Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host, Amanda McKnight. You can find me over on Twitter
Amanda
at
McKnight.
FanFix13. Whether you fight on the side of good or the
McKnight.
side of evil in comics, there is power in both. Today, we'll be counting down the top 10 most powerful women of DC Comics and taking a look at both sides of the spectrum. Let's jump into it. Number 10, Hawkgirl. Hawkgirl is a hero who is known for belonging to part of the elite superhero team, the Justice League. She is actually the reincarnation of Shra, who was punished for helping to save Qatar the Deathbringer, despite his misdeeds. As punishment, Shra could never permanently die, and instead would be reincarnated into a new life, keeping with her all the memories of her previous lives, which gives her a lot of experience to use and means that she is extremely wise when it comes to tactics, fighting, and even approaches to science and advancement. Qatar the Deathbringer was also cursed to be reincarnated and is known as Hawkgirl's partner, Hawkman, in his current incarnation. Hawkgirl also has wings, can fly, and I believe currently her wings are also infused with nth metal still. I think that's still a thing. Aside from that, Kendra Saunders is also super strong, durable, and has a reasonably potent healing factor. Always helpful to heal. Number 9, Dr. Light. No, not that Dr. Light, don't worry. We're talking about the second Dr. Light, the heroic Dr. Light, Kimio Hoshi. In the New Earth continuity, Dr. Light was not at all related to Arthur Light, the original Dr. Light, known for being a major villain. Instead, she was actually a hero who happened to get blasted with energy from the Vega Star when Monitor reached out to create a champion after sensing the anti-Monitor and kind of getting spooked by his destructive vibes. Monitor was like, I don't think so, gonna just shoot some star energy out, and hopefully that hits someone who is gonna be a cool hero. Fingers crossed. Dr. Light is a scientist and astronomer turned into a hero who can tap into energy from the Vega Star, giving her almost unlimited power. She can use this energy to create illusions and energy constructs, blast her enemies, fly, and phase. And friends, before we move on to this next spot, if you are loving this list and you want to show
No dark shading on the face.
on another place,
Okay.
another platform, head on over to Facebook, click that follow, click that like. It really does help us out here at the channel, so thank you. Number 8, Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy is one of the most powerful women around when it comes to villains in the DC universe. While she doesn't often act as a global threat, we learned in the Everyone Loves Ivy arc that if she wanted to, she could do that. Ivy in more recent years has flirted with a path of redemption, sometimes acting as a more morally conscious villain, and other times even acting as a hero or an anti-hero. In fact, even when she took over the world, she kind of had a pretty fair reason for why she should actually rule it. After all, things go a lot more smoothly and are a lot better overall for everyone, the planet especially included, when she is in charge. However, this also means that people don't really get to have free will, so that's not so great. Obviously, which is why people are like, look, Ivy, you can't just control the world. People gotta mess it up with their free will. Free will, you know? Number 7, Hera. Hera isn't just a woman, she's also a goddess, one of the most powerful of the female goddesses of the Greek pantheon. Hera in Wonder Woman Historia the Amazons, which tells the tale of how the Amazons came to be, is seen as the goddess who kind of like rules over all of the others. Like, not explicitly, but she definitely influences them a lot. She's the one that calls the shots. She is the one who typically commands them, and although she did not choose to aid them in creating the Amazons, she sneakily sent them some aid in her own way in the form of their to-be queen, the human woman Hippolyta, who would actually rise to become an Amazon. She is Zeus's wife, but despite her position as his partner, she's one of the few women in Greek mythology who would dare to trick him, spurn him, or even sometimes fight against him. Also, if you haven't read Wonder Woman Historia the Amazons, you should go read it. It's really pretty, it's really great. I need to get like a tattoo somewhere from issue 1, I feel like. that is from that book because it's just so stunning. Number 6, Supergirl. Hera might be a goddess, and Supergirl, you know, doesn't have that title, but she kind of may as well have it. Supergirl is a Kryptonian known often for being Superman's cousin. In fact, originally Kara Zor-El was his older cousin who was sent after him in order to protect him. However, she kind of got stuck in like the Earth's orbit, and her arrival on Earth was delayed. Pre her arrival, during the time when she was still in stasis, barely aging, Superman arrived on Earth and basically grew up. By the time that Kara Zor-El did land, Kal-El had aged to be older than her. So she's older in terms of like her technical like birth date, if she had a Kryptonian like birth certificate or license, but younger in terms of her experience living and, you know, her physical appearance. I didn't talk about her powers at all, but you guys all know who Supergirl is. She is super strong. You know, Superman, he's really strong. Supergirl, also really strong. I more wanted to just talk about how she's younger, I guess, but also older. It's a weird, fun thing. Number 5, Hecate. One of the most powerful women in the DC universe is Hecate, the goddess of witchcraft. While she belongs to the Greek pantheon, in truth, Hecate is a goddess who is much more powerful and older than any group of gods around. We actually learned during the Witching Hour event that she, in fact, was asked to join the Greek pantheon and actually chose to accept that offer. She represents the power of magic, and in many ways the magic of the world and possibly of the universe is tied to her. Although she can be killed, it takes a lot of power to defeat Hecate, and even after her seeming demise, as the other kind pretty much like tore her apart, her power lived on in Circe, who had plotted for a way to basically take all of Hecate's power for herself, as she was one of the 5 witch-marked. And after being the only one remaining, she basically became the sole possessor of Hecate's power. Number 4, Naomi. Naomi is probably one of the most powerful of the newer heroes that we've seen in the DC universe. Her powers are on the level of heavy hitters such as Superman. In fact, while transformed into her superhero mode, Naomi's power set is pretty similar, except for one very important and unique element of her powers. Unlike Superman, whose weakness is magic, Naomi actually bolsters and boosts magic around her. Her powers allow her to generate energy, which she can use in a few different ways. In combat, using it to blast opponents, or to give her a physical boost. Alternatively, she can use that same energy to boost magic and magical beings around her, which is pretty neat. However, as Naomi is still young, despite her potential, she still has some learning to do when it comes to her power set and how to best utilize and control it, which is the only reason why she ranks so low. I feel like Naomi with time could be somewhere right near the top of this list. She's pretty nuts. I love it. Number 3, Circe. While Hecate and Hera are both goddesses, at one point, Circe is even more powerful than both of them after she takes within herself all of Hecate's power, which allows her to tap into the source of magic. Even without being able to tap into the source of magic though, Circe is known for being a fearsome and powerful witch who can easily defeat many of those who would stand against her. Circe can shapeshift, teleport, possess others, manipulate time, and is considered to be immortal. Despite her youthful appearance, Circe is actually more than 1,000 years old. Number 2, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman,
that's what they all say.
Circe, and sometimes seemingly being slightly bested by her, always ends up coming out on top in the end, at least in main continuity, and at least usually. And so for that reason, I think it makes sense that she takes one of our top spots, especially above one of her most iconic and most powerful foes. Wonder Woman in recent years has also ascended to a temporary cosmic level of godhood, on top of already being a demi-goddess as the daughter of Zeus and Hippolyta in prime continuity anyways. As a result of her origin, Wonder Woman has divine superhuman abilities, making her super fast, strong, dexterous, and durable, on top of all the other awesome stuff that she can do, like lead an army as a master tactician and communicate with animals. Wonder Woman, she can do it all. What can't she do? Number 1, Raven. Raven is one of the most powerful women in the DC universe.
That is so Raven.
She is so powerful that she actually has to rein in her power in order to keep the rest of the world safe. That is why she often seems so detached. It's because her powers directly link up to her emotional responses. To get too swept up in emotion would mean a loss of control over her powers, which could potentially result in a darker side taking hold of her. We've seen what happens when this takes place, and it gives us one of Raven's most powerful forms. Although when she manages to evolve from darkness back to light, she can actually become even more powerful.
Let's work on JoJo Days.
After she turns evil, attacks Starfire and Nightwing's wedding, and then later on is killed, but in dying, actually becomes free of her evil demonic father Trigon's influence. With him defeated, she is free to rise again, purified of his corruption. And she gets a cool white cape, so that's bonus.
Korra.
Who doesn't want a cool white cape? I love capes. I should be wearing a cape right now.
All right, let's do 5 seconds of this.
Who's your favorite hero and your favorite villain? Who do you think is the most powerful and why? Is it someone on this list or is it someone else? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This has been Top 10 Nerd and I'm your host, Amanda McKnight. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, you stay nerdy, YouTube.
Shoot. Oh, I do have... Where is it? Come on. Where are you? Here you go. Show me. Show me the power of Korra. I kind of like this. Like this one. I like this brush.
This video is sponsored by Mobile Legends Bang Bang. More on them later.
Shino Kata.
Damn it. That there water breathing sure is potent. You managed to cut my head off. So I guess I'm gonna die now. Damn, man. Now that I'm about to die, I got nothing to do but reflect on my actions, you know? And, you know, I'm starting to feel like, you know, maybe things didn't have to be like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause for real, man, I know I killed like 10,000 people, but I just wanted
Yes.
a friend, man.
Someone finally.
But
Poor
ain't nobody
thing.
want to talk to me 'cause they said my reps, they said it was like, they said it was like I was practicing shit breathing. like maybe I killed thousands of people and drank their blood, But maybe I wouldn't have did this if I would have just got a text back, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I DM'd Rihanna 20 times. 20 times and she didn't respond. See, man, this is why I became a mass murderer, man. Yo, your life is so unfortunate. Like, yeah, I killed and tortured innocent people. But maybe I wouldn't have did that if niggas took my rap career serious. Like, just, like, listen. I'll listen to your mixtape. Let me hear it. I pull up on the demon corpse and I leave a bunch of corpse and I got no remorse. And my voice is kinda hoarse and I eat a fucking horse. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, that shit was garbage, but you still don't deserve this. Alright, well I guess I'm about to fade away now. I just hope there's someone out there dumb enough to have sympathy for me. It's me! I'm dumb enough! Why?
It's me. I'm dumb enough.
Tanjiro, if you don't bring your stupid ass on.
Okay.
Fuck wrong with
My
you,
bad.
nigga? We're demon slayers.
We going to kill more demons?
Yes.
Okay, that's bet.
The hell wrong with you?
Okay. Yes. I like that.
What do you like
like
more with the alternate
Let me ask you a
background?
question.
With the background
Why
right
are
now?
you so happy?
Album
Just playing
orange or
this game
alternate?
called Mobile Legends
I
Bang
think
Bang.
I gotta
Mobile
figure
Legends
out
Bang
a
Bang.
good balance
Interesting.
of like
Explain in great detail.
of heat.
I thought you'd never ask.
I need to figure out how
Mobile
to.
Legends Bang Bang is a multiplayer online battle arena game designed for the mobile phone. Mobile Legends Bang Bang
What to
is
do with the
top
heat,
mobile
like
game
how
with over 1 billion
how much
global
it should be
downloads. And it's a mobile
emphasized.
game for everyone, so
'Cause I would
everyone
like
can play it
to-
and become a legend. And you can have different type of heroes grouped into different
Oh, I
roles,
see.
like marksman, assassin, mage, support, fighter, tank, whatever you're into. You know, maybe I would play the game if there was some type of cool event going on or something like that. Well, you're in luck, because there's actually a cool event coming up called the 515 event. The 515 is a unique festival and the biggest in-game event in Mobile Legends Bang Bang throughout the year. It serves as a cultural symbol of teaming up among Mobile Legends Bang Bang players. They even
Bang
have
Bang.
a rap battle on their official YouTube page that you can see me
Bang
bopping
Bang.
along to. What is not to love about this game? It's just popping. It got over 1 billion downloads with esports and millions of dollars of prize money. Download Mobile Legends Bang Bang using my link in the description below. And make sure when you download the game to use my gift code to get some in-game bonuses. Well, that's all the time I have. I'm gonna go back to playing Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and you should do the same.
Legendary when we ride through. Me and my crew. This how we do.
Would you believe me when I tell you you're the king of my dreams? Please don't deceive me when I hurt you. It just ain't the way it seems. Can't you hear my love buzz? Can't you hear my love buzz? Can't you hear my
So glad someone else recognized how dumb Tanjiro's like sympathy for demons is, like that.
train? I would rather like to die. Darling, oh, when I
All right,
don't
5
see
seconds
you,
complete.
so spread your wings and fly. Can't you hear my love buzz? Can't you hear my love
Cora.
buzz? Can't you hear my love buzz?
More JoJo days. All right. Do a little bit more JoJo days. Just because we're in it.
tell you you're the king of my dreams. Please don't deceive me when I hurt you. It just ain't the way it seems. Can't you hear my love buzz? Can't you hear my love buzz? Can't you hear my love buzz? I need you like a desert needs rain. I would rather like to die. Darling, when I don't see you, so spread your wings and fly.